So there guys, welcome back to Loren the Amazon Princess. We left off here. They travelled to Grimoire to confront the council on what transpired in Hammerhands. They admitted the fact that demons attacked merely to bait Loren to keep anyone else from branding her a threat to the world. It was because she had the sword the demons wanted her dead, which made it even more important to protect her. After much deliberation, accusations, arguments and placating, the Council of Grimoire finally came to an agreement that the demons were a stronger enemy than any other and that they needed to collaborate with the elves to take them down. Through Queen Karen's authority, Loren was now granted use of the Amazon Griffins, oh my god, so that they could all travel across the world with ease. Oh my. We can do some travelling by Griffin. New chapter, chapter 3, Trial by Fire. Wow, that sounds pretty exciting. Back at the Citadel, Loren was entertaining both the Empire and Elven generals in the audience chamber. They were fast to disagree on every possible matter. No surprises there then. Eleanor watched as her mistress's glower deepened every time a general would interrupt the other or scoffed at the other's suggestion or merely frowned. Despite there being a peace treaty, the two races were far from being at peace with one another. Loren finally had enough. Quiet, all of you! You're both incompetent and know little of war. You're both acting like younglings. Their shocked expressions turned to resentment and then to guilt. We will win no war like this, not with the two of you in charge. And what is your solution, if I may ask? Says Samael, the guy who also looks like the other guy. I will lead the army. Both sides will follow my command. A woman? Loren reached for her sword, but in the same moment Eleanor had leapt up to physically stay her hand. Loren instead just growled. The council would never let you take charge of its army. That's true. That is absolutely true. It took long enough just to convince them that there was even danger. Well, it's better if we want to win anything. Mistress, maybe we shouldn't argue with the general. Loren turned away, upset about her lack of control over the situation. The Forest Elders are not likely to give you complete control either, unfortunately. God damn these guys, it's like they don't want to defeat Fost. She is right, however, we cannot wage war like this, divided in two. And we should convince both councils that Loren is a remarkable leader. Oh god, that means I have to go do something, doesn't it? That won't be hard. Actually, it most likely will be, yes. The stupidity of the humans and elves will never cease to astound me. Eleanor looked at her queen briefly. Did she truly think her kind was stupid? How best do you recommend we convince them to give Loren full command, Archwizard? Pushing back the demon army would be a good start. Scourges of demons are roaming the land, and dispersing them would likely put a heavy dent in the demons' forces, as well as demonstrating the ability of the one who dispatches them. How convenient. Oh look, it's General Assat. Yes, demons have been lingering in the outskirts of Horus, one of the Empire's prized cities. Reports say that they are being led by a corrupted barbarian. He is said to be a fearsome man to behold, but nothing should be too much of a match for a great prospective leader. Prospective. I will deal with him. Defeat the corrupted barbarian in the outskirts of Horus. To Egypt we go. On a related note, Princess Succubus has been terrorizing the desert and forest. If you slay her, the elves may concede authority to you. Okay. So my paths are clear. I must slay two demons to take reign over the combined army. Stop the succubus. Defeat the succubus that is terrorizing the desert and forest near Grand Tree. If that's the way it must be, then we must do it. The whole world is at stake. Loren clenched her fist in determination before exiting the room to prepare. Okay, two demons. We can do this. Now then, where were they? Grand Tree, that was one of them. Let's do that one, because that's the one I can remember. Tasks? No. Shop? No. Oh well, he's not here. Let's go. He's not even there. They said Grand Tree, didn't they? Was I imagining things? Got me questioning myself now. Where was the other one? I don't even know. Horus. The other one was at Horus. Let's go there. The city of Horus was in flames. Wives screamed for their children to run to safety, and the men rushed to douse the fires that were destroying their homes. In the middle of the chaos were General Samael and a handful of Imperial soldiers directing the relief effort. Loren and Eleanor ran up to him. Are we too late? About time you showed up. Now maybe someone can save this city. What's left of it, anyway. Who did this? Where are they? An army of orcs. We were able to turn them away, but they are circling back around for another attempt to raise horrors to the ground. Orcs, you say? An army of them? And demons? The word warranted a scowl from everyone in the party. How is that possible? The orcs are tribal creatures like the nomads. Everyone looked at Amakiki, well aware that she had deep insight into nomadic folklore. It is known. Oh no, it is known. It is known that clans unite under a single banner when a great hero presents himself. That sounds about right. They have been led by a foul barbarian who is probably the great hero you mentioned. Oh man, please be Khal Drogo. Amakiki almost wins from hearing his people called barbarians, but in the company of orcs he could not deny that whoever led them was most likely to be worthy of the term. Does he have a scar over one of his eyes? Samael evaluated the dwarven girl for a moment. He does. She went silent and turned away. Oh no, Dora knows who it is. Loren has sheathed her swords in the next moment. Then let's take his head and scatter these orcs across the plains. Princess Loren, is it a good idea to rush headfirst into an army like this? Yes! Yes it is, Eleanor. Shut up. You have to look for an alternate strategy, because meeting them on a battlefield will only get you all killed. There are too many of them, even for me. Are we supposed to just parley with those things? Don't worry, I'll think of a plan for us. For now, we should help out the town. Loren nodded reluctantly, but then she did just that. Eleanor was left to come up with another way of stopping the orcs. Why? Why is Eleanor the strategist? Strategist? Whatever. She decided that she should start by talking with the party members, since some knew about who they were about to face. Oh, really? Well, let's make camp, then, and then let's get Dora on the case. The best character in the whole game, Dora the Explorer. Dora? What? I'm sorry, what's wrong? You look nervous about something. I ain't acting weird. You're just imagining things, I swear. That's so, then how come you knew the barbarian had a scar over his eye? You know something about him, and I need to know it. I just know about him, that's it. Is he infamous where you come from, then? Her face contorted into a rare shade of anger. Something like that, yeah. What can you tell me about him, then? He deserves to die. There was a moment of silence after she said it. She meant her words entirely, and that took Eleanor by surprise. Why? He's a murderer. Well, you know, some might say we're murderers, Dora. We've definitely murdered some people along the way. She blinked rapidly and looked away. So, of course. Did he kill someone you knew? Was it your parents? Calling it now, parents. Her eyes lowered even further, and she drew in a shuddered breath. Not just someone. Everyone. What? That's... I know, awful, sad, just downright unfortunate. If I waste too much time thinking about what happened, I'll just go crazy. You have to tell me what happened. Why? No. Dora, I have to know everything about him if we're to take him down. She was quiet for a very long moment, battling herself from wanting to help to get rid of the barbarian, but also not wanting to relive whatever horror he held for her. He was just passing through. My family offered him our home because no one else in town wanted to. We gave him Papa's bed for the night. Oops, I've right-clicked. Sorry. But then he wanted Papa's sword too, but Papa wouldn't let him. So he just... And well, what do you think? Parents called it. Everyone tried to stop him, but he was unstoppable. That's all that can be said. I'm hungry. Feed me. Put food in my mouth and feed me. She quickly wiped one of her eyes and left for the campfire without another word. From her tragic story, Eleanor learned that Krull, we've got his name, was a dishonest person who only cared about getting what he wanted. Okay. And also that he was a frighteningly formidable opponent. So maybe we can trick him. Maybe we can offer him something delicious. I don't know why I'm hovering over Draco, but maybe we could offer him Draco as bait. That's a great plan. Hi, Draco. What do you think of Krull? What kind of question is that? You're so forward. Just because he's nomad, he'll be tall and have huge muscles and be handsome. He's evil, right? I can't think he's attractive. Not that I do, because that would be wrong. So very, very... Oh my god. Draco. You're such a little man whore. You are our bait now. You were asking about battle plans, weren't you? No, it's my fault. I'll be more clear next time, Draco. I'm going to go hide under a rock now. Bye. Great. Okay. Ramas? Dora will look off to you. Is it just me? I can't really do a dwarven voice. I was going to ask you the same thing. She looks troubled. Yeah, she's been acting strange since we left the Amazon place, looking all distant. Eleanor nodded, but she knew what was bothering her. Well, I'm a geek, you might know some shit, being a barbarian. You wish to know more about nomadic culture? Yeah, the orcs truly similar to the nomads. In some ways, not all. Orcs live in groups like clans, but there are no real leaders outside of an alpha who gets his way. But I've seen separate clans fall under the authority of a single alpha who has not only strength. Who has not only strength. What else besides strength? Intelligence. So, Krull has united these orcs because he's not only deadly but smart. This is going to be much more difficult than I thought. Unless we use Draco as bait. I'm still up for this plan. You're considering battle with them. Our choices are limited. We cannot fight them all and plan to survive. I haven't forgotten. What do you suggest? Getting rid of the army. That is not helpful. However it was, Eleanor was able to take her new knowledge of the orcs and use it to her advantage. If the orcs were following Krull because he was a great leader, she need only prove that he was not that great after all. So, we send Draco in first as bait, and when Draco and Krull are getting their manly love time on, we rip the tent away and show all the orcs what's going on. I like this plan. And then us, Loren, or Eleanor. Are we Eleanor or are we Loren? I think we're Eleanor, aren't we? So then we send Loren in, just striding among them, like Xena the warrior princess. She needs a chakram, just to impress them with. I'm not going to attempt the Xena scream, because nobody can actually do that. Should we bother talking to anybody else? Who else might have useful information? I don't want to talk to that guy. I hate that guy. Murph, do you know anything? Is there no way we can solve the problem at Horus without violence? Oh, come on, really? It's unlikely. It's unlikely. I was afraid of that. Do you have any ideas? Shouldn't we try to appeal to them first? If they're not all demons, they have something else driving them there. There has to be a way to get them to leave without fighting them all. Unlikely. They are orcs. Orcs aren't known for their negotiation skills. What about you, Grand Wizard? So, you are formulating a plan to rid Horus of the Barbarian. Have you tried speaking with Emakiki? He is their kind. Yes, we've spoken to him. He was very enlightening. Good, then you're done. Not quite. Oh, okay. Loren, we should be focused on our battle with Krull. How does everyone know his name? I've not even told anybody his name yet. I'm working on it, Mom. I'm not going to talk to Karen. Fuck Karen. Right. Okay, leave. Now what do we do? Do we go back to Horus? We're going back to Horus. Your Grace, we cannot defeat Krull yet. If you don't come up with something soon, I'll take out the horde of orcs myself. Don't worry, just give me some time to talk with the others. I'm sure an idea will be found. You must speak at your party members with the camp. Oh, do we have to speak to everyone then? Fine. Let's make camp again. Who did we not speak to? Karen. Have you learned all that you can about our enemy yet? Yeah, I think so. I'm still looking into it. Do you have any ideas? Yes. Ask someone else for ideas. Wow, are you a queen of the Amazons? Well, actually, I suppose that is quite good advice, really. Yes, Majesty. Weirdo. Ray. That barbarian that the general described. Yes, what about him? I've right-clicked. I know him, actually. Oh, how convenient. The guy I care the least about, actually, is the one we had to talk to. Not simply know of him. Not quite. He was once a sword for hire. The elves often recruit mercenaries to help escort caravans outside of the forest. I take it you were a mercenary too. I remember this barbarian Krull because he had the most garish scar across his face. His face. Sean Connery the elf. He was a one-eyed swordsman, and that fascinated me. He's blind in one eye? Precisely, but that is no disadvantage. He's a complete master in battle. Actually, I fear what the world would be like if you had a full pair. Full pair. You have a familiar gleam in your eyes. Why are you so interested in him? There is much to admire about him. Oh god, not you as well. All the elves gay. There's much to admire about him, but what's worth even more admiration is the masterful elf that manages to take him down. It's another challenge for you. But it is more than him simply being an obstacle to conquer. I have not yet finished my story. I and the other mercenaries were escorting a caravan to Hammerhands, but we were ambushed. The troubling thing about Krull is that he did not fend off the ambushers. Instead, when it was clear that some carts would be captured, he switched sides completely. What? He set up that ambush? Believe it or not, I don't think so. He fought as many bandits as he did mercenaries that day. I think he just saw an opportunity to take advantage of the situation. He's a turncloak. A traitor. If you ask me, that is typical barbaric behaviour, but he has no mercy in him. The workers are in the habit of surrendering their goods in exchange for their lives. Krull took both. Eleanor was disgusted. She threw up in the corner. A warrior who does not accept someone's surrender is honourless. But she did learn that Krull would take advantage of a situation if it presented itself. Draco! Oh man, you are so getting raped tonight, Draco. Isn't that everyone? I'm pretty sure that's everyone. Leave. Go back to Horus. Eleanor quickly found Loren. Yay, we got it. To tell her everything she had just learned. Together they conspired a plan to draw Krull away from his horde. We'll dress Draco up as a girl. Oh my god, as a little princess. We'll give him pigtails and everything. He'll fucking love it. She ordered everyone to the outskirts of Horus as soon as possible. The Orc army was their destination. They need only fight enough to get Krull's attention. As on other occasions, they could retreat and camp, but their enemies would become stronger in the next fight. Fuck it, YOLO. Let's go in big and hard and strong. Current party limit is 6. Must be in party no one. Goodbye, Eleanor. Hello, Dora. Welcome back. Oh, thank God. Let's go. Right. 283 on the front line. That's doable, I think. It's not too bad. Dora first. I guess we'll just start with a little shot from Dora. What have we got at the back? We've got healer. Oh, we could do quite a bit of damage, but then it's ages before she gets another turn. Oh, fuck it. YOLO. See if we can force him to use his healing early, I guess. That might help. Loren. Which guy do we want to go for first? I guess it doesn't matter, does it? Let's just go for the central one. Mirth. Mirth, you're okay. Can you do anything to this guy? Nice. I'm a Kiki. We will go for Fear.
Come for me.
Draco. Well, I think we're about to take the healer down. Or maybe not. Fireball 3 is not going to do huge amounts of damage. How very odd. We'll do it anyway.
Like you.
It'll get rid of the healer. It might burn some people.
Huh, that actually worked.
Yep, it did work. Ramas. Can you finish this guy off? Yes, you can. Loren. Let's try and get this guy down. Holy shit, that was a lot of damage. What the fuck? That was insane. Ramas. Mirth. What do I want Mirth to do? She might as well attack that guy as well.
Why are you doing this?
Loren. Oh, we still can't reach the back row. That is such a waste of Loren's turn. Can we... If we defend, she comes last. Wow. We could taunt. Let's taunt. Then Amakiki can take that one down. That brings those guys forward, making them weaker. Whose go is it? Dora, can you... Pinning shot, we'll just cripple him. Oh, it didn't quite. He's got 4 HPs. And it's Loren's turn again. Fuck off. Shit. Okay. Oh, no, I've clicked something else by accident. Bollocks. Oh, well, Murph can kill that one.
No more.
And then Draco, I do not want to waste a fireball, so just defend. And then everyone can just chin him. There you go. Done. We got him. A big group of orcs. You've won 1 battles against orcs and you're at 28% of your goal. We're going to have to attack another big group. While I remember... Didn't we pick up like some sort of hammer for Ramas a while back? I can't remember how to do this. 32 damage, 7% crit. What's he currently wearing? Yeah, that's a shitload more damage. We need to give him this. There we go. In theory, that will make Ramas much more damage. Much more damage. Let's go for another big group. I think we can handle this. Dora first. Go for the same deal. Pretty much the same tactics I think will see us through here. Fucking hell, Ramas is getting chinned out there. Let's quickly get Loren taunting to try and pull some of that damage away from Ramas. Mirth, just shoot him for now. We'll use your heals a little bit later. I'm a Kiki. Go for the fear. Draco, can we drop a big one? Drop a big one. As long as you get the healer down, I mean that's the best way, because he's going to be the most pain in the arse. After that, they're pretty weak, really. Ramas, this guy's not scared, so go for this. Oh no, that's not good. Yeah, go fuck it. Go for the guy who isn't scared. Let's try and get rid of him. There we go. Excellent. Amakiki, just go for that one, I guess. Amakiki's not doing much damage. We think we might need to get him a new weapon. Ramas, 111. That's not too bad. Mirth, just shoot this guy, I reckon.
Why are you doing this?
He's on 2 health. Amakiki can take him down. There you go. This guy's on 9 health. Jesus, we're just always just slightly short of killing them. Dora. In fact, can you do something special on somebody who's burning? No, you can't. Okay. Go for this guy then. Let's give you another turn at that stage. Wow, he just headshotted Ramas. Why is it always Ramas? Loren's got more aggro. Mirth. Can you heal just Ramas for a tiny bit of health? That hardly seems worth it, does it? No, just shoot this guy then. Draco, you can also just shoot that guy. Oh, and he died. That was it. Excellent. We got some shit equipment that we don't need. You've won 2 battles against orcs, so you're at 56% of your goal. Wow. Let's go again. Round 3. Round 3. We're going to start with the same moves as every time. Let's see if we can speed through this one. Loren. Mirth. Really don't want to heal Ramas if I can help it. Let's just get her to attack the healer. Who's next? I'm a Kiki. Let's go for taunt 2. Let's try and draw some of that fire away. Drop a big fireball. What have we done to this guy? Haste. Holy shit. That guy's hasted. Ramas. Might as well chin that one. I'm a Kiki. Let's go for the fear.
Prepare yourself.
Does that hit us as well as him or something? Or did they use it against us immediately afterwards? I'm still sort of struggling to figure that one out.
You're dead.
Who knows? Druid Murph.
Everybody, get down!
What? Is that another healer? Oh shit, there's another healer at the back. I didn't even see him. Did not even see him at the back. Ramas. Go straight for the healer. Dora. Oh, he's on 1 health. Druid Murph, stab him.
I'm sorry.
Nice. Amakiki. Draco. And then Loren. Boom, dead. Oh my god. You've won 3 battles against orcs and you at 83% of your goal. Fuck it. Let's just go back in and have another one. Might as well. We might as well. Dora.
Oh, yeah!
Oh my god. Look at them all going for Ramas again. Poor Ramas. I get the feeling we might have to buy him some armour. Just because otherwise he's just going to get chinned every fucking time. Let's drop him a heal. There we go. Let's do this fear thing.
Prepare yourself.
Oh, there we go. It did just hit them. Good. Right. Can we do... it's not going to do much, is it? Okay, let's just go for the standard. Let's hit everyone. Okay, Ramas. That guy will probably burn anyway. Let's go for one of the others. 104. 104. Okay, let's go for that one. Cure all? Oh no. Fucking healers. They have cured everything. But not to worry.
You're dead.
Ah, there we go. They're hitting Loren this time, who can handle it, which is fantastic. Let's take him down. Ramas. Hit that one. And Loren as well.
Try me if you dare.
Oh, they've revived him as well. God damn it. It's okay, we take him straight back down. And then Ramas can go after this guy. Dora.
I showed you.
Nice. Paralysed one of the healers. Loren could just go for that one. Draco. Let's go for the fireball 1. Oh, come on, really? 1 fucking HP. Let's see if we can get the other healer down. There we go. Dora, you might as well just have a little shot at that guy. Druid Mirth. Use the heal 1. There we go. It's pretty much everyone back up to standard. Very nice. We did it. Draco's leveled up. Let's give him some more will. He didn't get any skill points. That's fine. He's done. Next page. The head of their 100th orc flew from its body. Well, not quite. We killed 24 of them. And into the piles forming around them. The party had cut its way through too many orcs, and Krull was still nowhere to be found. More orcs charged forward. In frustration, Loren simply called out the barbarian's name. Krull! Krull! The approaching orc slowed and then split away to reveal a path. Krull had heard the call and was responding. There he is. What a sexy bastard. A tall, monstrous man showed himself, with a scar over one eye and 2 massive warhammers in his hands. Dora took a step backwards instinctively. He said nothing for a long moment as his army and Loren's party repositioned themselves defensively. He looked inappropriately amused. You kill many orcs. You will disband your army immediately and face imperial punishment for your crimes. His smile only deepened. Amakiki. Oh no, sorry, that was the Polymer show. Amakiki. The gladiator broke from Loren's ranks and walked intimidatingly up to Krull. Even though Amakiki was a large man, the other barbarian was much larger. They stared intently at each other, growling with their eyes. And then they lubed themselves up. And then Amakiki spat at Krull's feet. The barbarian coursed with hot rage. He quickly whipped his weapons off his shoulder and impaled them in the ground before him. Amakiki did the exact same with his sword. They both proceeded to grunt violently at each other. Some sort of mating ritual. What in the world are they doing? You're witnessing a primitive ritual of the nomads to arrange duels. Our friend has put Krull's honour to the test, and like all barbarians, he would not refuse. This will certainly give us an advantage with a one-on-one fight. But that guy is twice the size of ours. You assume that he will rely on his size to win? Let's not be foolish. You can't trust him. Her voice cut through the tension as if they'd all forgotten she existed. Dora had tucked herself in the very back as if not to be seen. Knowing her story, Eleanor knew that Dora was completely right for any reservations she had. I agree. Then let's take him down now. Have you seen the size of the teeth on all of those orcs? That one's looking right at me and licking his chops. Loren grumbled. Amakiki returned to the group. The challenge has been accepted. One of us will die at dawn tomorrow. Don't be saying like that, Ramas. Don't be saying that like you ain't sure you're gonna win. You got us by your side. If he doesn't plan to play by the rules, then neither will we. We will all make sure the right person goes down tomorrow. No, let me fight him. No tricks. The group was silent for a moment from his request, especially Eleanor. This was not what she had in mind when she asked Amakiki to challenge Krull, and it was just supposed to be a way to get him alone. You think he can definitely win this duel? Not unless we get him some better equipment. It's about 50 damage. That hardly seems fair if he just gets to kill him by himself. What about me? You must let us fight on our own, otherwise we are not men. If you think you can handle him, then we can do this the clean way. Is this wise? I lay faith with the greatest warrior Grimoire's ever seen. I believe you should too. I thought we were the greatest warrior. Not Amakiki. We're the one with the fucking flaming ember sword. Eleanor looked over at the gladiator and he stuck out his chest. It seems we must. They left for camp. Krull kept the orcs at bay so that they could feast on them in the morning. What? Krull kept the orcs at bay so that they could feast on them in the morning. Whatevs. They were woken by shouting. Dora? Dora! As she buggered off. God, I'm coming up for time, but it's sort of... I'm looking for a good place to stop. Eleanor hopped up and quickly found a distraught Ramas. What's wrong? What happened to her? Dora's missing. She's nowhere, I tell you. By then, the entire group had formed around Ramas and began scanning the horizon as if to catch a glimpse of her. You've checked? You think I haven't checked everywhere? When I say she's missing, you better believe she is. Very well, dwarf. Calm down. We will make sure that she is found. Could she have been kidnapped? No. Ray was hunched up against the ground looking for tracks. She just walked away. If she has gone that way, she's heading for the orcs and Krull. Eleanor went quiet. It could not be coincidental. We need to save her. Why? She's heading right towards danger. Everyone followed Dora's trail, and sure enough, it led right to the orc army in the nearby distance. We will have to look for her some other time. We have a duel to fight. Eleanor nodded and unsheathed her sword, hoping Dora was okay for the time being. There was a greater matter at stake. They all found the spot where the two nomads had buried their weapons in the ground, as it was a mark of their dueling location. Ray offered to hide away on a nearby cliff to act as an immediate end to Krull if the duel went sour. Eleanor took him up on this, knowing he had an excellent shot. The orc army once again filled the plains, with a few decorated leaders standing next to Krull, who was waiting impatiently. I guess we'll kill Krull and then call it a day there. I am ready. He raised his shield and slammed it with his sword. Loren nodded. Satisfied, he moved to engage Krull. The orcs and Loren's followers gathered around as both of the duelists stood by their weapons in the centre. Krull was stoic, but Amakiki pulled his sword out to the ground with a challenging glare. Krull grunted. You act like nomad. You look like nomad. But you're not nomad. There was a full-body reaction in Amakiki from the taunt, his face now contorting in bloodlust. That contorting in bloodlust. You die. With that, Krull tore his hammers from the ground and rushed towards Amakiki. He managed to deflect the massive strike. all watched as the two demonstrated why their people were called barbarians. Even though Krull demonstrated greater strength and more brutal tactics, Amakiki somehow managed to hold his own, proving he had rightfully earned the title of Bear in Grimoire. Wow. The battle waged for what seemed like hours. Waged? But could have been no longer than a minute. In a heated moment, Amakiki used his superior agility to maneuver Krull to lose his grip on his weapons. It worked, and Krull's hammers flew from his monstrous hands. He was defenseless. The gladiator raised his sword to take the kill. Krull roared, causing orcs to break from their ranks to swarm Amakiki. Eleanor's gas was stuck in her throat at the sight. Then she looked up at the cliff, hoping Ray's hand was steady. Loren had her weapon drawn and charged into the fray. Here we go. We must have Eleanor in the party, which is okay because Dora's missing anyway. I can't see. Oh, party limit is 3. Oh, for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ. There we go. Party limit is 3 and it has to have those 3 in. Why does it even ask me? Why didn't it just fucking make that my party? It's as though that is the only option. What have we got? Just orcs. Okay, fair enough. It's going to be pretty much entirely up to Loren here. So, Loren, go for it. Anybody else, just feed Loren potions as she needs it, basically.
Hiya! Hiya!
Oh, God, these guys. That should be enough to kill that one.
If you dare.
Yeah, only Loren really does sufficient damage to actually kill anything.
This is your
The rest of us are pretty weak. Oh. What happened there? I don't know. It just went weird. We might have shot Loren, I'm not 100% sure. Never mind.
Imbeciles everywhere I go.
Done. Amakiki tried to defend himself, but there were too many. They could not kill an entire army by themselves. Crossbolts pierced the sky, striking, attacking orcs. That was a really awkward sentence. But more just sprang up in their place. You call yourself a warrior, you fight like a coward. Krull grunted loudly and the orcs retreated, but their damage had been done. Amakiki was bleeding from several wounds, but was still standing. I am great warrior, best warrior, orcs no. The entire orc army started to howl menacingly to show their loyalty. The cacophony surrounded them, sending shivers through them, even Loren. They could not fight their way out if they decided to attack. The reality of the position that they had put themselves in was suddenly too clear. But the harmonizing of the orcs was disrupted abruptly by a high-pitched yelp. Wow, it's Dora. All of them were silent as one of the orcs in the front lines keeled over. Dora pulled her knife out of the dead orc with a look that none of them had ever seen on her before. It was dark, it was serious, and truly sad. You ain't a warrior. You ain't. Her voice trembled, and she stepped out of the orc ranks, shedding what must have been an orc disguise. What? No more hiding. I ain't gonna hide from you no more. Dora! The dwarf woman held out her short knife and took staggering steps towards him. The orc started hissing at her, but Krull gave no orders. You are puny. So what? Dora ran forwards and plunged her knife into Krull's chest. No one breathed a single breath as Krull looked down at the weapon impaled in him, and then Dora. He took the knife out of him and tossed it away without blinking an eye. Run! Leave! Krull scooped up Dora before her legs would let her move. She screeched as he lifted her from the ground. I know you. You smell like dwarf village. Wow, creepy. He grinned, thinking about Dora's hometown. I not find you then. Unhand her, you flea-bitten lard weasel. Fucking hell. Ramas had marched to Dora's rescue, his axe ready. Ramas, no! Dora swiped at his face in the distraction, landing only a mild blow. But in the next second, a crossbow bolt whooshed past her and struck Krull right in the neck. He hollered and dropped Dora. Ramas rushed over and helped her up, and she immediately recovered her knife. I think that's what we call Deus Elf Machina. The orcs didn't like this turn of events and started screeching and pawing at the party, itching to kill them. Loren was not pleased either. Oh, just fuck Krull up. Come on, I can't be arsed. Loren and Eleanor ran at Krull with their weapons ready. The barbarian had gone too far. Dora attempted to stab Krull as he tried to get the arrow from his neck, and in the next moment the entire party was on top of him trying to get a piece of him. Eleanor, Loren, Dora... The limit of 6. We can put Ramas and Draco in. That should do. Time to go down, Krull. Time to go down. I don't know why I've been doing long episodes all week, but I'm blaming you, because I could have ended this ages ago. But now I want to kill you. What's going to be the best way of doing this? There's a healer. Let's get Dora on the healer. Why are you here? Did you have to be here? Oh, that's annoying. Okay, you can attack the healer as well. Wow. Krull literally just did 2 damage to everyone. Oh no, that was the orcs. Fair enough. Loren would probably best just keep you attacking Krull, since though you're the DPS. We want to inflict fear.
This is your end.
Well, we scared Krull, but not the orcs. Brilliant. Let's drop an FB. Fireball 3 is our best chance of burning. Let's go for it.
Slightly uncomfortable.
Okay, we've got 1 burning. It's not as good as I'd hoped. Right. We'll keep Ramas and Amakiki on this guy. Loren on Krull. Let that guy burn for a bit. And the 2 elves will have to keep trying to get that healer. You on that one. You on that one. Holy shit. Krull's dishing out some damage and we didn't bring Murph. I didn't think about that. Shit. Should have thought about that. Never mind. Oh, you can't do anything. Why not? Paralysed. Okay. Can you use potions? Yes, you can. Can you throw Loren a potion? What have we got? Not a lot. Minor healing, I guess. Loren, can you take out one of those orcs? Not quite. Okay, can Dora take one out? Okay. That pin shot is shit, considering it's supposed to be a critical hit. It does less damage than a standard attack. Eleanor... what sort of heals have we got? We've got that one. That's 213. Let's try that. There we go. That worked nice. Oh my god, they're really laying into Loren. They really are. Let's drop another fireball. Let's try and get these guys burning. This is definitely a tough fight. Definitely. Right, Ramas. Oh, still paralysed. Throw a potion at Loren. Healing potion. Thank you. Amakiki, can you finally take him out? Yes. Oh, it's 1 down. Loren can probably almost take that one down. She did take him down. Ramas is unparalysed. Now we're on him. Now we're on him. Can you taunt? See if we can get him hitting you instead of Loren. Eleanor, you're going to have to go for these guys at the back.
You forfeited your life.
We need this healer down.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Loren on this guy. Amakiki's taking some beats now, so if we give him the shield defense, I wonder if that will work. It's worth a try. Amakiki, if you now attack him, look how shit that damage was. Oh my god. Do we want Fireball, or do we want... Let's give Loren the Phantom Thorn. And... I guess we'll keep the archers on someone at the back. We've got to try and get rid of them somehow. If Loren goes for this guy, and Ramas goes for this guy, if we start dishing out Phantom Form amongst the front row, that might help us take less damage. It's worth a try. Eleanor? Not quite enough to take that guy down. That was a weird scream. I'm not sure what that was about. I think we've got him, though. I think we've got him on the ropes. We've got Phantom Form. We've got various damage dealing going out. Here we go. He's getting weak. Actually, Draco, if you can just take that guy out for us, that'll make life easier. Ramas. Dora. On that guy. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Boom. He's down. He's absolutely down. And so is this guy. There. Oh. Well, that was a bit tough. That was a bit tough. We got a bunch of stuff. None of it looks particularly good. The large barbarian hollered in pain and fell to one knee. You cheat. No honour. Silence. Loren unleashed the final blow and Krull was permanently silenced. And on that note, because we've overrun so much, I'm going to save. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.